pays for my medical expenses while my car accident's still pending?
Okay. Well, first of all, the word pending actually has nothing to do with it because while things are ongoing, everything is paid first party. And we begin with what's called the PIP, the personal injury protection benefits that are part of the standard auto policy here in Massachusetts. For people with no health insurance, PIP pays the first $8,000 of medical bills and wage losses, and it's a no-fault benefit. So if you run a red light and hit somebody, you still get your medical bills paid. There are a few exceptions, drunk driving, drag racing, but these are things that I think are pretty obvious that the insurance company should be on the hook for because, well, let's face it, you're being a jerk. Okay, but generally speaking, it's a no-fault benefit. For people with health insurance, and by health insurance I mean private health insurance, not Mass Health or Medicare, TRICARE, any government policy. The PIP will pay your first $2,000 of medical bills, and then you go through a process known as coordination of benefits. The health insurance pays what it pays, co-pays and deductibles then go back to the PIP. It is a very convoluted and complicated system. It makes for a lot of problems because the doctors are never really sure who to bill. And rest assured, the health insurers go out of their way to make this process difficult on them because when the law was passed, basically creating this coordination of benefits, they basically felt like they got a bad deal and want to see the system fail. And frankly, it's complicated enough that coordination of benefits may be reason enough to see an attorney. This is something we actually spend in this office more time getting the bills paid than we spend working on the case and getting the case settled. And that's the side of the case where I get paid. The coordination of benefits we basically do for free. So it's kind of crazy how that all works. But there are other issues in here. There is the idea of MedPay, which is medical payments coverage, which is an optional coverage, but I encourage people to have. We've actually had a great deal of success using medical payments coverage to pay for people's lost wages, because once we exhausted $8,000 in PIP, all bills go to MedPay, but the MedPay check comes to the client. And if those bills are being paid by health insurance or Mass Health or just somebody else, or even if the doctor is just waiting for a lien on the settlement, we've got money for the client in the meantime. There are all kinds of issues of coordinating between car accidents and Mass Health and Medicare, which are kind of messy, but we spend a lot of time and work through and get good results for our clients. But ultimately, there is somebody to pay for your medical bills. Now, in an at-fault accident where somebody has hit you and hurt you, and it's their fault, ultimately they will pay any medical bills that PIP does not pay. They pay the PIP bills too, but that's in a process called subrogation, so it's kind of under the table and you don't see it. But they will pay any bills that PIP does not pay as part of the settlement. But that doesn't happen until the end of the case. So in the meantime, an important part of the game is getting the bills paid so that the doctors and therapists and hospitals and whatnot will leave you alone and you can recover in peace.